Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. I actually meant to upload and film this video way earlier, but I was on vacation and then I didn't have Wi-Fi here at home, so that's why this is coming out a bit late. But anyway, so today we're going to be talking about the written or the online application, and especially like how to get into UWC. Like, I'm going to share my experience and some tips maybe I wish I had gotten before I applied, because I received a lot of questions about that. And also the German National Committee just opened their online application on the 1st of July, so you can apply now. So let's dive right into it. Generally speaking, you have to know there are two ways you can apply to UWC. There's, for once, the Global Selection Program, which is open to everyone in the world. In that program, you can also choose your college you want to attend, which is not possible at the National Committee, but you also have to cover all the fees, so there's no scholarships going out or any financial aid. That's like the biggest difference between the National Committee and the Global Selection Program, I think. But it's kind of important, so if you need financial aid or just don't care as much about the college you want to attend, then I would advise you to go through the National Committee. So the National Committee is, as the name already says, only open for the citizens of that country. So the German National Committee is open for all German students, and they actually have an age limit. So I think it's at the moment between 15 and 17 years. So if you're between that range, you can apply, and if you're too old or too young, maybe you have to wait, or sorry, your chance is over. Actually, for me, it was really close. I almost couldn't apply anymore because I was kind of too old. But let's just get some basic stuff clear about the National Committee. So if you apply to the National Committee, you can receive up to full scholarships, because it's really expensive to attend the UWC. But of course, because it's like an international boarding school, and boarding schools in general are really expensive. But yeah, what's good to know about the National Committee is that you apply first and you go through the whole selection program, and then at the end they're gonna ask for the finances of your parents, so that's no criteria in the selection program. And as I've already mentioned, the German National Committee is open for German students, and that's why I can only talk about my experience with the National Committee of Germany. Yeah, they can differ in some kind of ways, but it's fairly similar, I would say, because they all have to go through like some rounds. In Germany, it's like 2 rounds. Like there's the written, the online application, and then there's the selection weekend. Now it was actually split up in 2 weekends, so we were like about 50 people, and then you're gonna attend some interviews and do some group exercises and also like a little test. But I could do another video on that. First I want to explain some of the written online application. I think that's like more important right now, because that's the first step. Obviously you have to get through the online or written application first before you attend the selection weekend. And I think it's really important that you do this step really well, because if you don't, then your weekend is gonna be really hard for you, or you won't get accepted, I think. Because you have to be really honest, and if you're not, then they're gonna know. And I would advise you to be just be yourself. That's the most important part, I think. Okay, so but what does the online or written application even consist of? Okay, so firstly you have to fill out a lot of personal details, just your name, and yeah, just like a lot of other general stuff. And then you have to write a lot of short essays. I think it was like 6 or 8 maybe, and they're mostly about controversial topics or like questions which you have to answer, and some are really personal, or you can make them really personal, I would say. And but actually advise you to make them personal, because I think in that way you can really show them your personality and yeah, just get them to know you, and that's really important regarding the selection criteria, I think. And speaking about the criteria, all the national committees are obligated to select upon 5 criteria, and these are like general UWC criteria, which you have to like kind of represent to be a good fit for UWC. And these are intellectual curiosity and motivation, active commitment, social competence, resilience, personal responsibility and integrity, and motivation for UWC. And I would advise you to really know these values and kind of incorporate them into your essays so that you show that you're like active, committed, or that you're socially in a good place, I would say. But the national committees can also add like other criteria, which can be really individual. As I already mentioned, the German committee has age restrictions and also I think some grade requirements. So you're not allowed to be under a certain grade if you want to be accepted. So that was also a question I got asked quite a lot, because yes, it is important that you're capable of doing like hard work for school as well, because the IB is really challenging. I don't know, but that's what I've heard. So you have to be like quite competent, I would say, to be able to complete the IB and not be really frustrated and then have to be sent home, which would be really sad, and that's not what they want. So they're gonna make sure that you're gonna be able to do the academic part as well. So that's like why they're even looking at your grades, I would say. Okay, so my phone just died, so I hope it's like kind of the same setup, but I think it's enough about the criteria. I think we can now go on to the tips or the advice I wish I had gotten before applying. And I'm just gonna start right into what you shouldn't do. What you really shouldn't do is trying to impress them. And what I mean by that is like trying to be someone you're not. That goes hand in hand with another point that I've got. So don't be intimidated by the other candidates, because even if you think, okay, wow, all these other candidates have like achieved so many big things or are already studying any science, or I don't know, don't even think about it. You're the perfect fit, and you have to recognize that, and you have to be like, okay, I'm confident in myself and I'm the perfect person for you or for UWC because of this. And you really have to show them why you're like the perfect fit, obviously, because if they don't know you, how will they know? Yeah, so please just don't pretend to be someone you're not. So don't over exaggerate. Also, don't just list your achievements and present yourself as this high achiever. If you're that person, just tell them that and tell them, oh, I'm really passionate about this and about that, but don't overdo it, you know? Just tell them why you're passionate about those things and why those things make you the perfect candidate and what you've learned from those things. Don't try to be just the perfect candidate, because they don't want any perfect candidates. They want like a mix of personalities, really. So yeah, just try to represent your true self, and I know that's way easier to say than to do, but yeah, show them who you really are. So now I'm turning over to the do's, so the things you really should do or I advise you to do. Firstly, you have to pick like 2 to 3, maybe even better if it's only 2 passions you want to talk about in your essays. These should be like the things you're really fired for, you know, like your deep passions. And what I mean by that is if you're socially active, so you have like a lot of volunteering positions, if you're even doing something, I mean, you don't have to do something like voluntarily, but I think it's a great plus that would add to your application. But yeah, if you don't, that's also completely fine. Just tell them why you're passionate about your hobbies and share like some personal details about you and what makes the whatever activity you're doing point in which you've grown. But you can rewrite it in a way that sounds appropriate for UWC. So just try to incorporate the values and the mission of UWC into your experiences and represent your hobbies in a way that align with them. also really try to show them why you're the best candidate. So what I mean by that is not only telling them, okay, I've been there, I've done that, but also telling them, okay, I've learned this from that, and that's why I'm able to like connect with other cultures, or that's why I have a motivation to be part of something bigger and to make the world a better place, you know? Like, just try to show them, okay, I'm the perfect fit because. And as I've already mentioned, know their values and know them very well, because if you integrate them into your essays, then UWC is gonna see, okay, well, this person really knows us and this person knows what they're going into. Because if you don't know what UWC is really about, then why are you even applying, you know? And it also shows them that you're a great fit for them, because they're searching for people that align with their values. And don't understand me wrong, don't lie to them, because if you really don't align with their values, then please don't write anything regarding that, because then you're not authentic anymore and they will know. Even if you're gonna get selected for the weekend, I don't think you're gonna get nominated for a college, because they will know that you lied and that you're like representing yourself as someone you're not, and that will close the door for someone who would have been a better fit. So really try to be honest with yourself and also with UWC. And that leads me also to my next point, which is really know your motivations. So if you don't even know why you're doing it, like why you want to attend the UWC, then you're probably not the best fit. And I mean that in a way that's important for UWC, but also for you, and mostly for you. Because even if you would get selected, not knowing why you're even doing it, because like sometimes there's motivation from your parents. If that's your motivation, or if the IB and the opportunities you get from UWC, like from the academic path, are your deep motivation, then I would ask myself if maybe there are some other schools or maybe pathways for your life that are maybe a better fit for you. Because UWC is not only about the academics. I'm sure it's a big part of it, because the IB is quite academically challenging, but it's not what UWC is about, you know? But if you are really sure that you want to attend UWC because you love the movement and you align with their values, then please just show them that, okay? Just be completely confident and don't be shy or okay, if you're shy, if you're a generally shy person, don't hide that from them, of course, but obviously just try to express how you're feeling and why you're so into the UWC movement and how you align with their values. And I know I'm kind of repeating myself all the time, but it's like really important that you get these things into your head, so don't ignore them. But I think if you really show them why you're the perfect fit, why you're motivated, how you align with their values, what you can contribute to UWC, because that's also really important, and be honest with all your answers and show them who you are, your essays. So then I would say you're on a really good track. But my last really important tip would be start early and take your time, because you're gonna need it. I think just uploading all these documents, your password and all the references from teachers and everything, is gonna take a lot of time, and you're gonna want to take that time as well to rewrite your essays and to think about them, because you don't want to just think about a question and then just write the answer to that, because that's mostly not the best possible answer you could give, but really take your time. And actually, I've asked UWC alumni to read through it, but that was just my last step, because I was really anxious about sending them my unperfect and unfinished essays. But you don't have to be anxious. Please, actually, if you're seeing this right now and you're writing your essay, just send them to me or to like anybody who's going to attend UWC, because I think we're all happy to help. So yeah, just don't be shy and ask them. If you're friendly, they're gonna respond, I think. But ending this video, I want to make sure that you're really aware of one thing, and that's being rejected is completely normal and totally fine, because you don't have to get accepted, you know? It's not the only option where you can have those kind of experiences. There are a lot of almost similar schools or programs that you can attend. And also, if you get rejected, they might not be about you, but maybe about your competing candidates, because sometimes you're a great fit, but the other ones are just a small step better, you know? And that's nothing to be sad about, because you can always apply in the next year and hopefully get accepted then. Obviously, if you're too old in the next year, that's not possible, but most of the time you can always apply a second time, and I would advise you to, because you really know what you're going into and how to present yourself better, and you're also a way mature person then, because 1 year can do a lot of wonders. So yeah, always apply for a second time if you have the chance. And don't be sad, because they have limited resources, which is why they can only nominate a certain amount of people. So yeah, just don't be sad and apply for a second time. Alright, so that's it for this video, and I hope it helped some of you maybe, because the applications are open now, so apply. And if you have any other questions, just let me know in the comments or write me on Instagram. I will surely answer you, so don't be scared to ask, and I wish you all the best applying. Bye!